Now, going on to the business blunder of the day, you have American Airlines reports a $545 million loss, in part due to the labor costs during their fiscal Q3. It's so funny. Remember every time people talk about raising cost of labor and how people deserve $18, $20, $100 an hour, the comment that they always say is, oh yeah, it won't really raise prices. The consumer will be fine. The company will eat the cost. I mean, they make plenty of profit. No. How naive they are, to say the least. Now, it looks like they also, even worse if you're a shareholder, they cut their forecast, which is one of the worst things to do, is basically telling Wall Street, we told you we're going to get this for sales. We're going to lower the expectations down to this. Which again, that's a really bad sign. Now, it looks like they cut down their forecast of full year earnings from between $2.25 per share and $2.50 per share, down from a previous forecast of $3 and $3.75 per share. Now, it looks like their rivals, United Airlines and Delta Air, both reported rising revenue and profit of $1.1 billion for their fiscal quarters. Now, American's third quarter loss compared to a profit of $483 million in the same fiscal quarter last year. Wow. The airline said that the results were dragged down because of a $983 million in charges for contract ratification bonuses paid to pilots in August. The labor cost of American jumped 17% to an increase of nearly $600 million, which is roughly offset by the lower prices of fuel a year ago. Yeah, that's not good news. Perhaps this will be something perhaps AI and robotics will further enhance in terms of a flight or a plane successfully flying in the midair. It's already pretty automated. The big human factor right now that I think eventually technology will subsequently displace is the takeoff and the landing, which, don't get me wrong, those are pretty darn important parts. I mean, just ask the DeSantis campaign. They precipitously, I don't think they have anyone who would take off because I don't think the campaign ever took off. Ha! That's a political pun. But nevertheless, when it comes to American Airlines, they should negotiate harder for the labor costs. Because again, if you look at like Pan Am, you look at any historical documentary around the aviation industry, there are always two reasons companies go bankrupt in the aviation industry. One is the price of fuel, which, again, because the United States government is too imprudent to actually use the own fossil fuels we have locally, and we rather pay absorbent amounts of money for fossil fuels from countries that hate us and don't have our values, like Venezuela. So that's something that's hard for the airlines to really can't control. That's going to go up. So you got price of fuel, and another historical thing that makes them go bankrupt is the price of labor and unionized labor. Watch any historical documentary on an airline company. That's why they nearly always go bankrupt. And the only salvation to American Airlines is that they're a federal contractor. So they may get a parachute, or the government may help them out. You saw this during the lockdowns where the governments helped offset their losses to keep them propped up temporarily. So it'll be interesting to see what the long-term ramifications and implications are for this huge labor cost. But I want to say I told you so. Well, partially I do appreciate being able to say I told you so, but we kind of saw the writing on the wall when this huge record contract was agreed upon. And a big issue with the airline industry, since I've had friends who tried to become commercial pilots throughout their careers, is the unions artificially keep the labor market very small to keep prices up. It's very hard to become a commercial airliner pilot, partially because of the unions. So let me know in the comments, do you think long term will this be the detriment to American Airlines? Will they go belly up? And then will they subsequently have to go bankrupt and renegotiate again with the unions? Or somehow do you think do you think right now, with the global conflicts that we have, is the price of fuel going to go down to help offset these costs? No, absolutely not. No. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to the company. But unfortunately, again, reporting a $545 million loss for fiscal Q3, that's going to be the business blunder of the day. Thank you again, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of October, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, the comments are appreciated as well. We try to make the show better and better and better together. If you like the video, leave up a thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't like it, and then leave the comments so I actually know how to make the show better for you. And also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.